Welcome everybody! It's time for MegaCorp. It's time for 2.2. The day has come. Are you ready to reach to the stars and increase profit margins for our entire species? Let's take a look at our species, shall we? Because we're gonna dive right in. Behold, our good friends from Interns Incorporated. Well, Interns Incorporated are a very fascinating species that will reach out to the stars to bring jobs for big corporations and fill them wherever necessary using Xeno resources. It's going to be smashing. Of course, no company would be without purpose without having a mission statement. So allow me to illustrate our mission statement to you right now. We put our clients first by putting employees first, immediately after prioritizing fiscal responsibilities and leveraging profitability towards exceeding by empowering our employees to put clients and themselves first in a diverse and respectful environment of only those that come first. Yes, we do come first, and that's what's important, of course, because we are a little bit authoritarian, which means that we can do the following. We can have a stratified economy, which is nice, because it means that we can have all those nice bits of... how should I call this? Well, I was going to say strata, but it's a little bit on the nose. Castes, maybe? That's a little bit... The PR wouldn't like that, so... Divisions. Let's go with that. We can turn different aliens into various types of interns, which is nice, and we cannot use the democratic government form, which is fine because we're a corporate authority anyway, which means that we get an increased administrative cap, we can have more systems, but our empire size penalty is minus 50%, which is a little bit of a clashing situation. Of course, our R&D department has a militarist focus, which because, you know, we want to be militarists to make sure that we can build the best possible products for our clients. We are also a little bit spiritualist because of reasons that I will illustrate later, and it's actually quite funny. I also didn't want to go for materialist for once. We've been playing materialist for such a long time, it's time to do something a bit more interesting. We've got Gospel of the Masses because we believe in our opportunity to go to the stars and give other species the interns that they need in order to prosper and also have their ROI being synergized to the max. We'll have a meeting about that later. Anyway, it means that we have additional trade value from spiritualist pops and branch offices. When we build them, we can build a Temple of Prosperity there, which increases spiritualist ethics attraction on that planet, which means they'll like us more. Finally, we are also brand loyal because Interns Incorporated, a subdivision of Disney, is very, very brand loyal to our stuff. Ignore this background here. It's not important right now. On top of that, please meet our CEO, our COO, CFO, what else? What other roles does he have? MBCA, and of course, Executive Vice President and Chairman of the Board, Sven from Corporate. He is, of course, our glorious leader, and as you can see by his stature, he is a very important person. So, Sven from Corporate, thank you for joining us. And right now, he's got a scientific leap agenda, which means that we're going to have an increased research speed of 10%. Also, he generates 10% additional minerals a month, and food from jobs. But that is not important right now, even though the only thing that's important for us is the pop growth speed. As you can see, the interface has changed a little bit. Look at this glorious bar at the top. Of course, this has to do with our mission statement of being first, because it's the first thing that you see. Glorious stuff indeed. And, well, let's kick things off here. Let's take a look at the galaxy. It is a 800-star galaxy. We got, of course, 4 spirals. Out there, other species lie that need to be covered with interns. They need our help. There are jobs that need to be filled, coffee that needs to be made, and of course, prints that need to be delivered. So, we're gonna go and start this baby off. Let's first get some tech on its way, and hello there. Oh, we can't have this. Karba, Tirana, and Kaznak. That is not correct. We don't want those. You are Bob from marketing. Kashinak, I don't think so. You are Chris from sales. Then we got Tirana, who is, of course, Barbara from HR. And finally, we got Karba, who is, of course, not called Karba at all, but Bob from IT. There we go. So we got Bob from marketing and Bob from IT. I know they're not brothers. They're not related in any way, shape, or form, but they just happen to have the same name. We, within Interns Incorporated, we do not discriminate people with the same name. We can't have that. That would not reflect well on us from a PR point of view. Anyway, let's get some tech going. Fusion reactor, man, it's not great. Global energy management, though, capacity overload. Getting that early is always nice, although the bonus from that is not the greatest. I think it's like 33%, and considering we only have an income of 3, that's not all that nice. Fusion reactor, though, then again, energy grid, which basically means that we get more energy from our technicians, who, of course, toil in the energy mines. Then, of course, we got Barbara from HR, who's going to be working on planetary unification, because all of our workers need to be unified under one banner. And, of course, the +2 unity a month is always swell. Plus, we get additional campaigns. And Chris from sales is going to work really, really hard on getting those civilian fabricators online. Sadly, we can't use them just yet because we need rare crystals for those, which are some of the rarer resources within the game. Let's take a look at our outlier, corporate sector on the corporate planet at corporate HQ. We generate 39 trade value. Well done, everybody. That's going to go into our quarterly report. However, we currently do not have any resources to build anything on our planet. So you can see we need at least 300 minerals for that, and clearly we do not have that. And with only 100 minerals in the bank, that's not all that great. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to grab our construction ship, and we're going to put some mining down. Because more minerals is, of course, good. Of course, I accidentally unpaused there for a second. Sometimes our projected forecast reports do slip a little bit, so we need to be very watchful of that. You will be reprimanded for that later. But we're going to go and set up our initial survey routes and see what we can find in this little cluster. Now, one of the things in 2.2 is that we are guaranteed to have a planet nearby, or at least 2 planets nearby, that we can instantly colonize. However, let's take a quick look at our species tab. We are, of course, continental. We are thrifty because we want to generate more trade profit. We are adaptable, which is going to be great to get more branch offices out there in the stars and make sure that our products can be received by even more Xenos out there. We are sadly also deviants, which means our government ethic attractions is -15. We may have a little bit of a hubbub about that one, and we are a little bit wasteful because, come on, we're a corporation. Being a little bit wasteful is okay, but don't tell that to our mother company, the Disney Corporation. Anyway, let's get this party going. Let's see what we have. We got some alloys, which is nice. We're going to be using that later. It's going to be great to build our second science ship. We can't build it right now yet, though. So it's 4 months. It's 3 months until we have 200 minerals. How long would it take to build a science ship? 60 days, so that's 2 months. So we're going to wait 1 month until we have the resources that we need. There we go. So we've got 152 energy. We're going to instantly build our second science ship because, of course, in order to build new products, to fight new interns, we're going to need to go out there and find new resources in order to exploit those interns as much as we can. Of course, this is PR speak, of course, and it's very important that we realize this. But we want to empower. We want to empower our interns. Good. So let's get a science ship here. Bob from marketing, you're good, but you're not that good. So we got this guy over here, 38 years old. He is a roamer, which means increased serving speed. And look at that, 200 energy right on the bop. Let's go with that one. And we got our second science ship. List him the warrior. So from from R&D. There we go. List him from R&D. List him as okay. I think we just renamed the wrong one actually. So let's just see here. So this is going to be Ronald from R&D. Let's see if we can. There we go. That's a much better name. Much more appropriate for our empire, of course. Our second science ship is now off the production line. It's good. It's a good resource. A good investment. So let's go and see what we can find in the stars. There's a trinary system over here that will automatically have more resources in it, and our trinary system over here as well. We want to make sure that we get these trinary systems because they're larger and they have more resources in them to for us to basically exploit. Let's hope that we actually survive very long. I have played a couple hours, 2.2 so far, and well, let's put it this way. I managed to crash my economy several times in my various playthroughs through various reasons. But overall, I think think things was pretty strong. Let's get this construction ship going here. We do not have enough alloys at the moment. Can we build something yet? No, we cannot. But we want a alloy foundry, which means that we can turn more minerals into more alloys, which means that we can build more stuff. And that is exactly what we want. So, right now, 272, how much are we generating a month, actually? Plus 28. So, we should have enough resources in about 8 months' time. What a good experience. We could also go for a corporate culture site, because, of course, we at Interns Incorporated do really value our culture. Sadly, thing is that this will generate more Unity and trade goods, but right now alloy foundries are something that are a little bit higher on the line of preference. Let's take a look at our population, shall we? We got 2 rulers, our executives, of course. We got a couple of specialists that are just roaming around, metallurgists, of course. We're going to be getting a lot more of those. Researchers, of course. And finally, there is the workers. They're clerks, they're interns. They're not real interns. We probably will need to do something about the name of the species later on. As our construction ship is on standby. Ooh, we got some trade value over here. We'll get that trade value rocking as soon as possible. We won't be able to get a lot out of corporate HQ for now, but it is going to be the place where we are going to be generating all the trade value in this particular area. The sector, so to speak. Which is going to be a hell of a good time, and of course, it's something I'm looking forward to. Of course, we got our menus that are now been moved over here, just to clear up the bar on the top. And we got a small rectangular object on the surface of this moon, which is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Now, this, of course, would be a great object to have in our corporate boardroom. So we're going to go and have a quick research on that and see what we can find. In all seriously, though, 2.2 as well as MegaCorp, so far, it's a very interesting experience. It's literally relearning a game from scratch, which has its... Wow, is that a +4? Oh, wow, that is a +4. Which has its minuses and pluses, but of course, the start of the game for me has always been by far the strongest. The initial expansion stuff is incredibly good and incredibly fun, and that's something that... you want to keep in mind what we're doing here. 3 energy. We got ourselves a size 14 continental world. We don't know what's on there just yet, or if it's any good. Size 14 is not the greatest, though. I'd rather go with a size 16 instead. So we'll have to wait a little bit. We are currently at 407 minerals, which means that we can build our second alloy foundry. We currently have 7 districts remaining, which means we can build 7 more of these, as in total. There is enough amenities being built here. Jobs, we are going to build a couple more. And of course, we got more than enough housing for all our employees. And we discovered some alien life, and that's good news, because that means that there might be new interns out there for us to work with. Yeah, this planet's not that great.
Situation log revised.
It's got no rare planetary features, sadly. It's got some interesting stuff like rugged woods, which is always good. Ooh, we found some remnants. That means that we may have something interesting on our hands. So trade value is over here. So let's go and get that rolling. Now, of course, all the expansion stuff is now handled by alloys, and alloys are being produced from minerals. So these two main ones consumer goods and alloys are being generated from energy and minerals, mostly minerals. With energy, we have the market system here. We can basically use this to buy anything we want. And this is all being done through the civilian market, not our own internal market. This basically means that energy is king and that you're going to need to make sure that you get as much of that stuff as possible. Because if your economy goes tits up, you can just go into the civilian market and just buy what you need. It's very similar to the old enclave system back in, I want to say Leviathans, when you could just swap energy for minerals and vice versa. Anyway, traditions. Ironically enough, discovery is no longer an instant pick. We will pick it in this particular scenario, and I will explain shortly. Prosperity, however, is actually quite good because of the mining station output increase of 10%, as well as getting additional merchant jobs for every 50 pops that we have, which will then generate more trade value. Expansion is also still quite good because of the joys that is a galactic ambition, as well as reach for the stars, because these two will make sure that you can expand relatively quickly. Why are we going for discovery? One simple reason: polytechnic education, where our leader experience gain is plus 25% and the leader level cap plus 1. Do never underestimate the importance of leader experience gain, because it will speed up the game quite immensely at this stage, and you want to get as many anomalies as possible before somebody else goes for them. Also, anomaly research speed plus 20% is nice, and getting discovery bonuses of plus 10% is great as well. So let's get that party going. Of course, our glorious armada is on standby. Yes, I am playing with the humanoids. Ooh, plus 10 with the humanoids pack, which is of course pretty great. Alright, so as soon as our alloy foundry is done, we are going to get ready to build our next science ship. Yes, the meta has changed a little bit, I feel.
Upscaling complete.
We're going to build 3 science ships rather than 2 right off the get-go. We found ourselves a size 16 continental world in our sector. We're going to go find out if it's any good or not. Size 16 is automatically better than this one over here, which is a size 14, as you can see in the little outliner over here. I would like to point one thing out as well. I was talking to Wiz earlier today, and as you can see, all these tooltips and all these modifiers and stuff like that, apparently, and this is not a promise, but it's on the plan to actually streamline this a little bit, because this is completely unreadable as of right now. Alright, corporate's got things done. We don't have those jobs set up just yet, but they're going to be working in the alloy foundries as soon as we can. There we go. So 24 minerals are being turned into 9 pieces of alloys, and that will be prioritized when necessary. Right now, artisans are being prioritized, so that number will increase as soon as the population grows. Anyway, let's take a look here at our construction ship. We got more energy. We're now plus 26. And let's go and grab this system if we can. Yeah, this is a good one. There's a 4, a 3, and a 3. So that's great. That's 10 in total for only 300 minerals. So that will pay itself back relatively quickly. And we got the Youth Empire as our precursor race. Cool. Gigantic arthropods. Good times. Alright, so we got an alien mural, which for some reason is not being surveyed. Okay, so we'll just set this up like this and get them to do this one as soon as possible, because that is resources that we can use. That is tech, that is potentially influence, that's potentially unity, and we want that as soon as possible to get through the tradition tree as fast as we can. Cool. Alright, so we should be able to get... So the building of the civilian ships has been moved into the stations, and no longer is it on the planet. And I still find myself actually clicking the planet button rather than the shipyard button in order to get what I want to do. Which, of course, will take a little bit of time to get used to, but hey, that's part of the experience, I would like to say. So this is all fine. Cool, there's another trinary system over here. I do want to take a look at what's over there. Bob from marketing is now an expertise in computing. Bob, you're differentiating your skill set? We need to discuss your salary.
Upscaling complete.
All right, cool. Let's get this. Let's get the shenanigans done here. And our governor is now righteous. Damn straight he is. Alright, cool. We got adaptable. Leader experience gain is nice. So let's get here. Let's get that one on there. And of course, this is now going to be Scott from janitorial. And remember, all interns can rise to a position of power within Interns Incorporated, and it's important that we know that that is the case. All right, so there's a trinary system that we were talking about earlier. So we're going to go and get this little area under our gaze as well. Let's take the opportunity as well. Can we build another construction ship? No, we do not have enough alloys yet, but our workers are working hard to get more alloys into the system. We could maybe even buy some. It's only 25 though, 120. It costs a little bit of resources. I'd rather spend that on a work area. So what do we need right now? Well, minerals is important, but energy is what buys everything that we want. So let's get another generator grid online. Food, we're at +10, so we don't need any agricultural districts at the moment. So far, so good. I'm pretty happy with how things are moving along. Okay, so 180. So let's take this opportunity to buy a bunch of minerals from the civilian market. And then get these here systems underway. And then, wasn't there another? Oh yeah, there was another planet over here. Yeah, by the time he's done, by the time this construction ship is ready, then we should be able to colonize this system. Because that's going to be our first colony. We're 3 years in, and as you can see, we're already getting things underway quite rapidly. So we get a bunch of cool tech. And tech is something that we want. +2, +2, +2 from a single source is pretty amazing. And not going to lie, that is some good return on investment right there. Very good that everything is synergized properly and everybody is capable of working optimally to make sure that we get our returns on investment. Good times. Good job, everybody. Whoa, hello. Oh. Okay. That's a size 17 desert world. We got a size 24 tundra world. And now you know why we've decided to turn our species into adaptable. Because we should be able to colonize the system, man. This is a good one. And this is that trinary system you were talking about as well. So that's moving our science ships over here was a good idea, to say the least. Well done, everybody. Raises will be had and champagne in the boardroom later on. We're going to high-five everybody. It's going to be great. We need a... If we can get a jungle world, that would be great, because then there's the opportunity of getting the brain slugs. If we can get brain slug, that'd be amazing, because that would put us in such a great position. Don't tell anybody, but we're gonna go psionic. Shh. Anyway, Empire, the corporate HQ was doing well. We got more jobs available for everybody. We got enough resources being constructed.
Market survey completed.
And this is also another good system. We got a lot of good systems today.
Survey completed.
Oh, it is a natural beauty system. That I like. This I like. Let's get another construction ship going. It's going to be important for us to upkeep our progress. Make sure that we put everything in our quarterly reports, because the market is, even though there is only one company on the stock exchange right now, which is, of course, Interns Incorporated, does not mean that the stock will go up and down.
Upscaling complete.
All right, cool. So, you over there, as soon as you're done, just move over there and get that going. And you over here, let's get some mining and energy science stations going. Because I do feel that research and development is lacking behind a little bit. As you can see here, this stuff is on its way. And of course, science division, which means that we can get more research alternatives, and our scientist leader cap will increase by 2. And of course, polytechnic education is just another step closer. 36 months. Everything's going swell so far. We are currently researching... yeah, civilian fabricators, which is great because it means that we can upgrade some of our core systems very early on, which is something that we want. Hey, Bob from IT has leveled together with Chris. There we go. It's coming along swimmingly. Of course, right now, we don't have any of these resources available. These are all the new, well, new, he says. The updated version of the strategic resources. We want moats, we want exotic gases, and we definitely want to have rare crystals. Rare crystals will allow us to increase our profit margin on the consumer goods. Which is, of course, something that's rather important for us.
Market outlier identified.
Ooh, an anomaly. Extensive probing. Well, don't go over budget. Don't want to pay overtime. He doesn't get overtime. Shh. Don't tell him.
Complete.
Alright, so construction ship online. We got more than enough. Ooh, crystal codex.
Situation log revised.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this here crystal codex to see if it's any good. And considering this planet's not that important for us, but this system is, we're going to build an outpost over here. This outpost over here is going to give us more energy and more minerals, which means that we can buy more stuff. Sadly, we cannot buy any influences. We do want to get map the stars going as soon as we can. Bob from marketing now has the expertise statecraft. Bob, you're doing well. You're doing well. You can add that to your LinkedIn account. There's significant scarring on the surface of this world. There's a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rift looks almost like writing. Let's have a look. Okay. Explosions in the sky. There's a marvel of nature. Giant colorful explosions appear in the sky as a result of chemical composition of the atmosphere reacting to the sun's gamma rays. How can we can we monetize that somehow? Students and seniors alike are spreading this find like wildfire. Well, they're not going to get a discount, but we are getting at survey speed. Inspired science recruits. Which means that we will increase the speed of which we're getting our stuff. That's great. Good work, everybody. High fives all around. Just need to get this outpost online. The lack of influence is really getting to me right now. Tell you what, I'm just going to cancel this here move, and I'm going to build this star base instead. You can go home for now. I don't want to cancel you because the alloys are a little bit on the expensive side. And our Empire Capital can build another building. Now, we've got enough amenities. We got enough housing. We will need some more jobs soon, though. Hollow Theaters into Unity. I do feel that it's going to be important for us to... yeah, civilian industries. We do want to have a corporate site, yeah. Unity, trade value, society research. That seems like a good idea. And a good return on investment.
Upscaling complete.
Excellent. Alright, so can we colonize? Yes, we can. For 200 food, 200 alloys, and 200 consumer goods, we can colonize this planet. And this looks like a good foundry world. We got a lot of mineral slots here on a size 16, and I think this is going to be great. So, this is going to be sales. There we go. So our sales department is going to come online very soon. Cannot have this type on stage. What do you mean? Oh, you're already building those. Okay, that's fine. Man, this system so far is looking pretty good. With 2 potential planets. Okay, this one doesn't have a lot of good stuff on it. We don't know anything about this place. This place, however, has got a bubbling swamp, as well as crystal caverns. Ooh, at a 25% habitability, though. Not sure if this is going to be a great place to... Oh, God Lord, it's bleak. Alright. Additional edicts are unlocked, and let's get some off-world trading companies. Everything's going well. Why are you not building those minerals? Okay, we're 16 unity away from getting our next system. And our exploration division is doing just fine.
Market survey completed.
And we're gonna need to do... What is Tundra World? Ooh, size 24. Yeah, we're gonna go... Oh, wow. Jesus, that's a lot of districts. Max districts -1. What kind? Max mining. Max crystal mines. Yeah, we're gonna need to terraform this rock at some point. It's gonna be a huge investment, but with any investment, it's gonna be important for us to, you know, get that return. And that's exactly what we're gonna be getting. A good omen. We get plus 40 unity. 5 months until Polytechnic education. Good. Ooh, consumer goods not looking too good. +1. That's not nice. Thankfully, we got more than enough energy to offset that cost. Volatile modes. Excellent. We got our first strategic resource, and that's the one we need. And our colony ship is coming off the production line shortly. And
Upscaling complete.
the colony ship is on its way. An unexplained pattern of interference in the SADAP system.
Market outlier identified.
Isolated point. Oh, that's minerals. I already know it. And Polytechnic education. So we're going to go rename this system to the sales department. There we go. So we know where stuff is, basically. Actually, is it mostly... Yeah, it's mostly mines, isn't it? So we're just going to turn this into manufacturing. There we go. And our scientist is leveling nicely. I'm a little bit concerned about our consumer goods income at the moment. Sonified science. Oh, the exile. The CEO. Readings originating from this small research outpost, which the Interns Incorporated has no records of establishing or indeed authorizing on the surface of this here planet, is staffed by our own one intern scientist. Well, it's a good intern. I'm sure he's still bringing coffee and making prints for everybody. Or copies. And I wonder, though, he's the only person on his rock. Do you think he went through his daily toilet paper allowance? Well, he can get some of the picked over meeting muffins later. They're by the printer. Well, we'll take this leader in. That is a scientician. He is going to be Donald from Exile, because that makes sense. In the meantime, tell you what, we're just going to build another science ship. Because we have a spare scientist, so we may as well use it. What kind of leader is that? Level 3, so that's not too bad. And of course, adaptable is always good. Oh, but I feel that our quarterly report is coming up soon. We are 7 years into our game. We're waiting for our colony ship to be ready.
Has been surveyed.
Unity, still influence, still a problem. We need to get some factions going. So, where are you going? Oh, this one. Okay. You don't have anything to do within Interns Incorporated? We will give you something to do. Yes. Perfect. So our initial sector, we have not made any first contact with any new interns. That is a bit of a shame, but we will get to that because manufacturing is about to come online. Man, this influence bottleneck is freaking me out. Recycling campaign. Hold on. Let me have a quick look here at our species. Yeah, we're wasteful, aren't we? So plus 10%. So we can offset that, thankfully, with our policies. So, that's actually the wrong one. Oh, edicts, of course. Yeah, we can offset that with only 950 energy. So let's get the mining stations going. We'll get the research stations while we're at it as well. We got enough resources to deal with this for now, and it's a good return on investment. Our capital is doing fine. We've got 34 jobs. We got some amenities. Okay, so we may want to build another city district.
Market outlier identified.
Ooh.
Outlier identified.
Ooh, hello there. It looks like we've got our first interns on a size 19 continental world. How many potential interns do we have here? A bunch. Well, stay tuned for our second quarter as we're going to wrap up our first quarter here because we've just found our first new interns ready to be integrated within our society and into the become the product that we will be releasing to a household near you very soon. They're very good at making coffee, making copies of things, and of course, making sure that you good worker, have all the freedom to do what you need to do without all the minutia of office life. This has been a broadcast brought to you in part by Interns Incorporated, a subdivision of the Disney Corporation. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take good care of yourselves and each other.